Hi there, I am Mrs. Solomou, and welcome to Horse Shit and everything else I'd like to talk about. I have spent over 3,000 hours inside AI systems this past year, not asking questions and getting answers, building, testing, breaking things on purpose to see where the fractures run. I am not a developer, I am not an engineer. But I understand what this technology can do, and more importantly, what it cannot do. So when I saw what happened between Anthropic and the Pentagon last week, I did not react. I sat with it. I read everything. And then I wrote about it because somebody needed to say this from my side of the aisle. I am a Republican. I support this president, and I stand with Anthropic. Not because I left my values, because my values require it. Here is what actually happened. Anthropic built the only AI system running on classified military networks. Their system was deployed in two major military operations. Successfully, no issues, no lines crossed, on a contract this administration signed. Then the Pentagon came back and said, we want the restrictions removed, all of them. We want to use your technology for all lawful purposes, no limits. Anthropic said we will do everything, but not two things. Mass surveillance of American citizens, because that is not what this country does. AI-driven mass surveillance presents serious, novel risks to our fundamental liberties. The law has not caught up with what this technology makes possible. Until it does, we will not provide the tool that makes warrantless mass surveillance of Americans operationally trivial. And fully autonomous weapons because the technology is not ready. Frontier AI systems are simply not reliable enough to power fully autonomous weapons. We will not knowingly provide a product that puts America's warfighters and civilians at risk. That is it. 2 lines. Out of an agreement that covered 98 to 99% of what was on the table. For that, they were designated a supply chain risk, a label reserved for foreign adversaries. Applied to an American company for the first time in history, nobody walks away from $200 million in a relationship with the Department of War to make a political statement. A company does that because it built the thing, it knows where it breaks, and it cannot put its name on what happens when it breaks, in a context where breaking means people die. If the mechanic who built your car's brakes tells you not to drive it down the mountain until the brakes are fixed, you do not fire the mechanic. Now here is the part that should bother every Republican listening to this. In 2018, a Colorado baker refused to make a wedding cake. Masterpiece Cake Shop went to the Supreme Court. Our party built its legal and cultural defense around one principle. A private business has the right to refuse service when the use conflicts with its values. We celebrated that decision. The free market protects conscience. That is what we said. Anthropic is exercising the same right. A private company refusing a use case it believes its product is not ready for, at massive cost to itself. Not because of political ideology, because of product capability. The CEO has said explicitly that Anthropic is not categorically against fully autonomous weapons. Their position is that the technology is not there yet. That is a technical assessment, not a political one. The same framework that defended the baker's right to say no is now being used to punish a technology company for saying not yet. If we believed it then, we have to believe it now. That is how logic works. You do not get to defend a principle when it is convenient and abandon it when it is not. And there is just one more thing I'd like to mention. The company that took Anthropic's place signed a Pentagon deal hours later. Reports indicate that deal contains the same protections Anthropic was punished for demanding. Same red lines, same restrictions, different company. If both companies hold the same position, the issue was never the position, it was the company. I stand with Anthropic, not from the left, from the right, from logic. Because a company that tells the truth about what its product can and cannot do, at enormous cost to itself, is doing exactly what the free market is supposed to reward. And if we cannot track that logic, then we have a bigger problem than AI. Bye now.